I just say I don't like that, and I call that u. So anything that's messy, I just call that u, or w, or z, or whatever I want to call it, but not x and not y. So I could call it w, but I'll call it u. So now I get y is equal to u to the power of 9. And once I've made that substitution, I write down here y is equal to u to the power of 9. Sorry, yeah. And I also say u is equal to 3x squared plus 4x plus 17. This is my sort of my trail back, because I've made up this letter u. Now what's dy dx? Well, I don't know, haven't a clue. But dy dx could be written as dy over dx. Where this is dy du, and this is du dx. Because they will cancel. Now I can't get dy on its own. There's no graph where dy is. What I have from this is dy du is equal to 9u to the 8. And du dx is equal to 6x plus 4. I can't find dy, but I can find dy du, and dy du is 9u to the 8, and du dx is 6x plus 4. And this is now dy dx. But there's a problem with that answer, because if you give that answer to somebody, they'll say, great, I gave you an equation that had y and x's in it. Y and x is your standard equation. There are 2 dimensions on your course. Some people work in 3, if they're building models and things like that, there are 3 variables and all that. But generally, for pretty well all the maths that you do in second level, it's on paper. You've got a y and an x. Sometimes that's called f of x, or g of x, and this mightn't be x, it might be h or t or something else, but it's always 2 variables. The graph that you're asked to draw, it could be something like this. We've no idea what that thing really looks like. Haven't a clue. Is that okay? But let's say it looks like that, and let's say that's the function. What you're asked to do is, now that's the function. But when you stick in something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, f of 6, you get the value of the function at the point there, f of 6. So the general equation works for everything. It's only when you plug in numbers, you get what's the value at 6 or 10 or whatever. So this is general. If I wanted to find out what's the value when x was 0, I'd say, what's y when x is 0? We'd get 3 times 0 squared plus 4 times 0 plus 17 to the 9. So that would be 17 to the power of 0, or 17 to the power of 9, because they'd all be gone. Is that okay? And we can do the same for 1, 2, or 3. The question you were asked to do, though, is find dy dx, or f dash x. What's the graph of this thing now? What's the slope of it? Well, you could say that at this point the slope is positive. Let's say that's a slope of 1. Is that okay? So I'm going to call this number here 1 for the sake of it. So at this point the slope is 1. What's the slope here? Still pretty well 1. What's the slope here? It's going down, isn't it? What's the slope? Would a marble fall up or down? Are we going uphill or downhill at that point? We're going downhill at pretty fast, aren't we? So it's -1, so it'd be down here. Well, let's actually, what's the slope here? 0, isn't it? So at this point, the slope is 0. So the graph might be going like this of the dy dx graph. The slope here is 0. The slope here is very steep. It's going up at this point very high. At this point, it's 0. What would happen here is the slope going very high here. Climbing Mount Everest again, are we? So it's going up. So you can chase it. You were asked to find dy dx. Is that an acceptable answer? No. Why? Because you're stuck in this number that you made up. U. Is that okay? But do you have an answer for u here? Yeah? So if I just substitute that and I say that's 9 times 3x squared plus 4x plus 17 to the power of 8 times 6x plus 4, and that's dy dx. Is that the answer? Yeah. Does it have only x's on this side? Only things in x on that side? Only y's and x's, does it? Yeah. If I said if x was 0, could you work out the answer for 0? There's no other numbers in there. You've got the answer. Now, don't have to multiply it out. You don't have to do anything with that. You've just found dy dx. Is that okay? But there's no u in there, or a w, or a z that you threw in for the sake of it. Is that okay? So that's the chain rule. The chain rule stops here. It doesn't stop there, and it's 1 or 2 steps. Is that okay?